more better than even ours, because all of ours, they're equaled out. With them having lost sight, their hearing is probably better, their feelings are probably better, they're able to just do so much more. It's just so well done. It makes you really, really think. Loved every single bit about it. I know that you're kind of against the whole horror movie deal because she's giving me the puppy dog pout deal, so definitely not going to bring her to the next horror movie that I see. And I will say this: there's only a few this year that I will probably consider seeing, and Rings is not one of them. If Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 5%, it's like, it's not worth my time, really. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my number 2.
I know, I'm good with horror. I'm scared of it. But, no, horror movie's awesome. That's another category that is always, kind of left out of the Oscars. Maybe, I don't even know why. But like you said, the acting, it's sometimes really hard to act believably scared. So, who knows? Another category that is left out at points. But, so are we on number 1?
We are on our number 1s.
Number 1. All right. And again, I almost feel like, I don't know if this should be a number 1. But it was enjoyable enough to possibly get some sort of nomination. Again, since it's an action movie, maybe it was for visual effects. But continuing on, the pick is X-Men Apocalypse. Woo! X-Men! But, it was almost like a movie that could possibly be a reboot of the X-Men, even though Sony doesn't really give a crap about timelines, apparently. You know what I mean? It's like, well, this could lead on to, like, a good linear timeline that everybody can follow, and then all of a sudden Logan's going to come out, and it's going to be, like, 50 or 60 plus years in the future of a place that everybody's dead, all the Avengers are dead, everybody's dead. So it's like, okay, I guess not. I guess we're not doing linear timelines. Would hate to make it easy on the fans.
Right.
But no, X-Men Apocalypse was awesome. I've talked about it before, and just how they brought, all your favorite X-Men back together, rebooted the series. We had, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Storm, Beast. We had, a lot of them, and Mystique, of course, J-Law. And I just think it was a good movie. It was action-packed, a lot of really cool things, a lot of really cool powers were represented with the CGI and visual effects that I could really see, translating into an Oscar nomination. But, again, it's not nominated, so, sorry, but I liked it. It's another one of those Marvel, it's kind of Marvel, kind of not, because Sony. But it's one of those movies that it was worth watching, and I hope they make a sequel. I think they probably are. And Logan is not considered that, because Logan's totally different. Old Man Logan's series of X-Men is totally different. Everybody who follows X-Men will know, like, this is not going to be anywhere near what X-Men fans would be expecting. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of bad when you have something just great and it's just like it's there. Why not capitalize off of that? And what do they do instead? They just either do like a one-off deal or they do something weird with a different timeline. It just makes you think, you had something there, you had something good. And what did you do? You threw it in like a completely different direction. You took a chicken shallot and you turned it into chicken. Yeah. Why?
Well,
just why?
Hopefully they will build off of it, and I'm really excited for Logan.
Oh, yeah.
I think it looks really good. But you're right, like how you were saying, it's like, it just stinks for people who are trying to follow it. And and by people who are trying to follow it, I mean the people who are following the movies versus the people who actually do follow the comics. Because the comics are very linear, and everybody's good with the comics. And that's why I think the fans that do read the comics can kind of buy into this. Like, sure, we can go to 3000 or whatever year it is, and we'll do this now. And, oh, no, we'll go back to 1960 this time. Or it's just very odd. Like, but I I try. I would love for X-Men to be successful because it is an amazing, amazing series.
Definitely do agree with that. So my number one, as I mentioned, was a movie that I saw in the last couple days. And why this did not get an Oscar nomination is beyond me. The movie that I picked for my number one is The Shallows. Blake Lively just, oh my god. We mentioned this before on previous episodes, that actors who have been able to just carry a movie by themselves really just astonish you. They just amaze you. We talk about, Sandra Bullock and Gravity as one of the best examples. Blake Lively, again, just does a great job at this. She plays Nancy, who is wouldn't say like a dropout nurse student, but she's basically trying to just enjoy life for right now, just escape for now, just trying to get her mind straight. And unfortunately, she has to go through a life or death situation, that being in the form of a great white shark. And honestly, 3 times throughout this movie, I actually almost jumped out of my seat because this movie just got me so invested. It just did so well. I would not say probably that it was in the range of Jaws as far as scare levels at, but it definitely is one of those movies that really does make you think. And what really made it scarier was the fact that this was a movie that I looked at and I thought, this actually feels kind of real, because I looked at like a lot of like what they did for the shark patterns and its behavior, and I'm thinking, this is kind of what a great white shark would do. And some people might argue like, oh, she could have done this, she could have done this, common sense. This is one of those situations where it's like, I'm watching this movie, I'm like, no, because A, she was not exactly at 100%. B, she was bleeding, so that would just attract the shark more. And C, she was doing everything she could to survive. It just, so well done. I know the last scene looked very cheesy with the way the shark died, but at the same time, you still have to have a little bit of fiction in the movie. All in all, Blake Lively deserves an Oscar nomination. The movie deserved an Oscar nomination. This was just flat out amazing. Oh my gosh, I was just amazed at how well this movie just caught my attention. And the fact that one of the jump scares was due to the fact of dolphins, I was like, you little bastards, you know how to get me. That was good. Just one of those things like, oh boy, this girl's going to get, here we go. And then here comes the dolphin. It's like, come on. Why are you using a jump scare with like the most friendliest creature I've ever seen? I think I described the dolphin as like the dog of the sea. Not that they're like, troublesome or stuff like that. It's just more, they're probably like the friendliest ocean creatures that you will ever meet. They're always just going to come up to somebody like, hey, you want to play? Oh, I'll help you out. Which was also one of the things that me and a coworker were actually saying. It's like, I was expecting the dolphins to come back and maybe help her out a little bit. That would have been kind of interesting to see. But at the same time, it's like, okay, that kind of would take away from the story. So I guess I can see why that happened. But all in all, just a phenomenal movie. Definitely deserved Oscar. I will dare say that this was probably the one movie that probably trumps Deadpool as far as Oscar nomination wise, and that's a lot for me to say.
Oh man, the wife beats Ryan.
Yeah, that was just, oh man, because I got to see a few movies, and I'm actually going to do movie reviews this Friday, so be sure to tune in on that, on The Shallows, Pete's Dragon, the live action remake that they just did, as well as Lego Batman movie, and the movie that I'm more than likely going to see on Thursday, that being 50 Shades Darker. So tune into that. I know some people are probably going to say, that's funny, you're going to see that stupid smut movie. It's like, well, if you want to be a professional movie critic, you got to see every movie that you can, so I have to kind of see this because I've already seen the first one too. So anyway, so those are the final bits of the Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda series for the Oscars. Oh boy, another fun-filled episode and a lot of, I wouldn't say good, I would say really good points that we brought up here today. This was, again, and it also brought up some very good debates, which we'll have for future episodes, so something to capitalize off of that. So again, guys, next week there will not be an episode of Change the F Up on Wednesday. We're actually going to be moving that to the weekend where we will make our Oscar picks, as well as we will be watching the Oscars next weekend. So be sure to tune in for that. Also next week, I want to get a chance to see the movie Arrival, which just came out last night, I believe. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. I think that Amy Adams probably is going to win my favors as far as, Actress of the Year, but we'll see. As well as next week, I am also going to be finally finishing up Season 1 of The Deadersons, which is out on DVD right now. By all means. But yeah, anything you got, Tori, coming up next month?
Well, I know there's going to be a few other conventions that I'm going to be going to, but as of this next weekend, I'm actually not doing a convention, but I'm working on, acting skills and rehearsals, so we'll see when my next convention is. It's probably not till March. I'm pretty sure Carnival is the next one I'm going to, which is March 4th, and that's in the Chicagoland area, so I'm stoked about that. I don't have to drive too far, but I'll definitely have updates on, Oscar night about what I'm doing, what we're going to be, branching out from Deckard's Dark Coffin Classic, so I'm excited.
I would hope so. So, guys, if you ever want to check out VicTori Belle, you can always check out her Facebook page, facebook.com/VicTori Belle Cosplay. Also, check out her website, VicToriBelle.com, and you can also check her out on Twitter at VicToriClark04. And again, do you want to give your Instagram so that way they can check out some more photos of you?
Yeah, my Instagram is at VicTori Belle Cosplay. Woo!
Okay, so basically the same thing as the Facebook one, basically.
Yeah, they're connected.
Oh, well, there you go. And of course, guys, you can always follow me on Twitter at NateFNGreat. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode for ER Network. Smart Money Podcast is going to be, of course, taking over. They're going to be talking about SmackDown as well as Elimination Chamber, as well as a lot of things that are going to be coming up in the next few weeks. It's going to be just crazy. I can say that WPW is going to have quite an amazing year, so be sure to tune in more on updates on that. So you already talked about the Oscars. Friday, again, I'll be doing some movie reviews. It's going to be a very long episode for me, so this is going to be quite interesting to see how everybody feels about it. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, you can check out on our iTunes as well as Spreaker.com, where else that you can find us all. So again, thank you so much for joining us here for Change the F Up, and we will see you for Oscar weekend. Bye-bye.
What I gotta do, hard work, dedication, never quitting. Now you looking at a champion. I'm gonna be a champion. Yeah, I got what it takes, risk it all, make my own fate. Yeah, I'm gonna be a champion. All the glory and the fame, jet setting in my own plane. I'm gonna be a champion. Silhouettes in the spotlight, cash falling from the sky. Yeah, I'm gonna be a champion. So all it takes is one night for me to turn around my whole life. Say it's coming up and trying to be the best. I'm calling bluff, you looking tired, man, you need a rest. You trying to graduate ahead of class, cheat the test. Homie, I ain't even trying, I just be the best. Championship rings, yeah, I got a few. Gold medal, first place, what I gotta do. Hard work, dedication, never quitting. Now you looking at a champion. I'm gonna be a champion. Yeah, I got what it takes, risk it all, make my own fate. Yeah, I'm gonna be a champion. All the glory and the fame, jet setting in my own plane. I'm gonna be a champion. Silhouettes in the spotlight, cash falling from the sky. Yeah, I'm gonna be a champion. So all it takes is one night for me to turn around my whole life. Say it's easy coming up and trying to be the best. I'm calling bluff, you looking tired, man, you need a rest. You trying to graduate ahead of class, cheat the test. Homie, I ain't even trying, I just be the best. Championship rings, yeah, I got a few. Gold medal, first place, what I gotta do. Hard work, dedication, never quitting. Now you looking at a champion. I'm gonna be a champion.